half, and we'll get that addressed and we'll get that fixed.
I know DJ Waller's out, and you guys have had some other depth issues over there. How important is it to get those guys, going, get those reps that you got them tonight before the meat of the SEC schedule?
Yeah, we were able to get some guys in. Obviously at corner, you're trying, what you've got in JQ, and you feel really good and solid there. And to Ryan, he's a guy that we have great confidence in, but we've got to make sure that we've got a third that can go in, because when guys get tight, hamstring wise, or they get dinged on a play or something, we've got to be able to go to somebody. And right now, we've got to get that figured out and got to get it figured out in a hurry.
You put Grayton in the game, and it felt like they were really going after the true freshman. How did he handle that? How do you think he responded?
You know what? I thought he handled himself, admirably out there. He made some plays which were nice. He made some tackles. They threw some hitches, and then did a nice job on the gadget with the quarterback floating out late and spinning back and making the play. So they're definitely reps to build on. He's a freshman, and he's going to have to go through some growing pains, but at least we got in there and got some meaningful reps.
Has he shown you stuff in practice that gives you confidence that he can be a contributor this year?
Yeah, and that's why he went in, because of what he's shown through fall camp. Obviously he's got some length to him and some ability, but again, it's about to get really real, and so we've got to do way better than the performance we put out there today.
You guys are heading into a bye week, but after that, you've got for a 4-game stretch that's as tough as any stretch in the country. What's some things you guys have got to work on this bye week? I know you got to look at the tape, but just right on
everything. There were mistakes that were made today that are day one install mistakes. Like that, it was everything from communication to just simple things about getting the call, like things that have never happened or occurred here. And again, that will get addressed and that will get fixed. Having the bye week will be good, but they better be ready to strap it up and let's go. This is not an ease bye week, a happy-go-lucky scenario. We have to freaking redial in, get back to the standard that we played with, and that was anything but tonight.
Big Coach, South Carolina's kind of got the best of it the last couple of years. That's your next game. What's the focus through the bye week heading into South Carolina?
Well, first of all, we got to focus on us. I mean, it's hard to focus on an opponent if you can't, manage yourself. And so we'll get those things fixed and addressed first, and then we'll move on to South Carolina.
Brett, attrition kind of wore on you guys down the stretch last year. How important is it to develop some of those young guys, the depth for you moving forward?
It's important. It's important, especially, at times when, you talk about, getting depth and nutrition, but our older guys, our starters have to play better. Like if those guys, don't play well, like we're going to be in trouble. And you saw it tonight that they just, I don't know what it was. They had a good week of practice. I thought they were dialed in meetings all week. Last night, this morning, came out first play of the game. Challenged a slant route. Great job by Ryan. Good job by Daverin getting the pick. Setting up a score there. Like came out with juice. Held up on the next down. Series, and then it just became a series after series of somebody raising their hand. That's my bad. That was my miscue. Oh, I didn't get the call. Oh, I did that. And it was just every single person raised their hand on a different play. And when that happens, bad things happen. I was proud of that. Those guys, we got after them pretty good at halftime, and they responded, I thought, in the second half. But Yeah, that's not us. And again, it starts with me. And I promise you, I will get that fixed.
You touched on
You've probably been asked this, but how did it feel to get a sack?
It felt good. You know, it was the first sack of the season. So it felt good just to get it definitely at home, you know, get better in the rhythm and pass rushing. So it felt pretty good.
Keys for you, what's the focus going into the bye week? How do you attack next week?
I think the main focus for me is just, getting completely 100% healthy again. And just giving my body a rest to get ready for these tough away games that we have. Going to some tough environments, but just getting back 100%, I feel like it is. It's the main goal for me.
What was Brad's message to your defense after this game?
I'd say we better than what we did today. Just harping on the little things, like just getting good communication, just getting set right, you know, stuff like that. You know, just things like that. We just gotta be better with the little things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frustrated as he's been in a long time. And he said there was some mistakes that he called day one installment mistakes. And he said, I promise we will not look that bad again. As a leader on that defense, what were you doing to help communicate that when you saw the frustration of your coaches in the first half?
Well, it's so much of we got a lot of young guys playing on the field, and right now we got to get the young guys right. So really depth is like a big part of, SEC play. It's a big part of a lot of things. So if somebody else goes down, it's next man up mentality. And he was really just talking about the little things. We just got to get the little things fixed right. If we get the little things right, we'll be a hell of a team.
Coach Stoops talked about the energy that's incited on, a first right away stop like you guys got today. Can you feel that energy on the field, and how important is it to set the tone right away?
I can definitely feel the energy. All for one for all type of mentality, And like I said, we're going to take this bye week, get some rest, prepare for South Carolina, and I feel like we'll be great.
I know there's been stuff to improve on, but how big have the defensive starts been? 2 picks going on from both games. What has it been like just to start the game off that way?
It's been good. I honestly feel like the team feeds off the defense, so we got to step up first. And the defense comes off, sets fire, especially with a young quarterback like Carter Bowley. Just get him, just get his feet in the water, just get him settled. I feel like we'll be good, And defense has been great so far. And, hey, just look out for us. Hey, that pick's coming. I got y'all.
Jordan, obviously